Yo guys, Spiderbot here. We're continuing our little mini-series here, solo strategies. We had a couple for starting rounds. We had a mid-round. This one's going to be sort of for high rounds. Now, I know I'm not showing high rounds, and I did cut out a few rounds as well. I sort of skipped. I cut out about half of this video because I didn't really have 20 minutes of worth of stuff to say. But we're just doing more of the same thing, and you know, it's running the circles. I've got an RPD, I've got the AN94, I've got the Slickofire. One thing, though, that I would switch up, and if you guys have been following the two-player series we've been doing, me and Hyper, is that I'd probably switch it up to go with the AN94 and probably the AK-74U. And the reason being, remember I talked about getting ammo, and I think what I'll probably end up doing, because I didn't do it in this solo video or when I was recording, is come back. Well, look at all those drops. Look at the seriously, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna probably come back. I'm gonna go up to maybe, I don't know, around 20 or something, and I'm just gonna show you methods of obtaining ammo mid-round. Now, although this won't be an issue here, it may not even be an issue until upwards of round 70, 80, 90, where you're going to go and you're going to have to get ammo mid-round. I mean, we can start using the Slickofire, and I'm starting to use the Slickofire a little bit. And I know there are other strategies for using the Slickofire where you can just sit in one spot, but I'm really not interested in doing that. I mean, it's boring enough running circles for hours, but standing still? Do you really want to see that? I don't think so. But there are strategies for doing that. I mean, you can sit on that one pillar that's angled up, that's broken off. Then you can put a trample steam on there in front of you to flip any zombies that get up. You can use the Slickofire to slickify the ground so they're all slipping, they don't climb up, and then you take them out with one shot and you get groups of zombies. And you could spend, you know, rounds and rounds doing that. The nice thing is there's so many drops during the round, as well as the minion rounds where you can get max ammos, and we don't need perks anymore, so it doesn't matter how we kill the minions from here on in. But we get all those max ammos, and again, you can make it up to upwards of round 70, 80 without having to get ammo mid-round. But once you get to that point, okay, then what do you do? Right? And it's not only that, it's the strategies for getting ammo, but then it's also strategies for if you go down, if you get downed. And I really didn't cover that off. So again, I'm probably going to come back and I'll make one more episode where I'm showing those types of things in around round 20 or so for use later on. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's around 20 or if it's around 100. It doesn't matter. They're the same amount of zombies, and they're gonna respawn in the same rate that they would on either of those rounds, really. So getting ammo, and then if you get downed with Who's Who, because Who's Who is a bit of a pain in the ass. With Quick Revive, you get downed, you get back up. Yeah, you lose your perks, but you still have your weapons at least. With Who's Who, you get downed, your doppelganger spawns, you got nothing, and the zombies are chasing you. So you got to train those zombies a little bit before you even attempt to get yourself. You don't have a quick revive to revive yourself. So just stuff like that. But, you know, getting to that point, it's just more of the same. It's more of the same. And we're using the upgraded RPD, the upgraded AN94, and, you know, I'm just taking out these zombies. I mean, around 100, you're not going to be able to take out these zombies at the start of the round. You're going to have to train them and use the Slickofire probably for the most part. So, but again, at some point you're going to need to use the regular guns, because you'll run out of Slickofire ammo in the round, or before you get to the next minion round. So you're going to have to train them. You're going to have to run with these upgraded weapons, and you're going to have to use wall weapons, because that's the only way you're going to get ammo. It has to be the wall weapons. And you know, I suggested in one of the previous episodes of this video series that you can go in and get some AN94, and I really don't recommend it. I've gone, even though it's been two-player, we've both gone, Hyper and I have both gone and gotten AK-74U, upgraded AK-74U ammo mid-round, and, you know, it's not 100% easy, like, but you got to be quick. You got to be quick, and it is possible you could run into trouble where the zombies spawn in on you. You have to jump down, you have to get the ammo at the bottom level, and then you have to go inside, go up the stairs, and then we throw a trample steam on the top. But again, zombies could spawn in front of you, and that's where you're going to need monkeys. So if you do run into a scenario, you got to have the foresight to try and throw a monkey out there before you trample steam back over to the side and you get ammo. AN-94, I'm going to go back on what I said about going to get ammo for the AN-94, because I really don't think you want to do that. It may also be possible, and another thing I want to test is what if mid-round I ran to the 74U, and this will probably be the last thing I test because I'm not sure if it's going to work. But if you did a whole route around the map, and it's largely dependent on where the elevator positions are when you get into the radio tower building, whether you can get up the elevator before the zombies start spawning in on you, and then run all the way back around and down the elevator shaft in the Buddha building and grabbing some AN-94 ammo. So I'm not sure how easy that would be to do. So we're just going to wrap it up here. I'm only going to go to round 30, and that'll be it. Again, it's, I don't know. Number one, I have to be in the right frame of mind to want to run 40 hours to get up to like round 100, and I'm really not in that frame of mind. I might do it off-season. Off-season meaning after Modern Warfare 4 comes out and there really isn't much going on with zombies. Maybe do some high round runs, but right now we've got all kinds of other stuff to do, and you need to be in that frame of mind. When I was doing those runs on Ascension, I did it twice. I only ever tried twice, and both times the PS3 crapped out on me. And that's another thing. I may actually wait to do it on PC as well, instead of on Xbox, because I think there are still some frame rate problems that have crept into the Xbox version. It was only on PS3 before, for the most part. And later rounds, though, I think it still impacted the Xbox. But here in Black Ops 2, I've noticed that there are some frame rate issues that you get in Black Ops 2 then that I wouldn't necessarily get in Black Ops when playing the Black Ops DLC maps, etc. So I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully the next generation, the PS4 and the Xbox 720. Hopefully we won't see that, which will be good. And hopefully they're going to be backwards compatible. When PS3 first came out, it was the first model was backwards compatible, and then they removed the backwards compatibility to these games. So hopefully the PS4 and the Xbox 720 will be backwards compatible, and we'll see how these games handle on the consoles, like Black Ops 2, how it handles on the consoles for zombies, with the increased hardware capability of these consoles when they come out. So, anyways, we're just finishing off our round 29, and some people had mentioned about using that pillar perhaps when doing the circle or running the circle the other way. I mean, yeah, I ran into trouble, I think, one time where I got hit, where I got swatted and I was red when I was running through this front area here with that alcove. But since then, I really haven't had too much of a problem. I've got swiped a couple of times, but I think it's just a matter of paying attention and picking your spot to sprint. So I don't really see it as a big deal. I never got downed, and I wouldn't expect to get downed, maybe get caught at one point later on. But again, with the Who's Who perk, if we have a good strategy for that, then we're not too worried, because we use our Who's Who to revive ourselves, we lose the Who's Who perk, and on the next minion round, we get it back, right? So you're not using your quick revive at all. Your 3 shots at your quick revive, you can get Who's Who as many times as you want, as far as I know. But that's about it. We're just going to finish off these last few zombies here on round 29. We'll hit round 30. And like I said, I'll follow up with a video dedicated to a few strategies, such as getting ammo mid-round, what to do when you're down with Who's Who, and that'll be it. If there's anything else that you want me to look at specifically, I know there are a couple other spots to run rounds. Maybe I'll look at that a little later, but let me know in the comments and we'll see what I can do. All right, guys? Hope you enjoyed! I'm Spider-Man out.